All right. So hello, everyone, and welcome back to Young Progressives Club. Uh, this has been a very interesting week in the news. Several things have happened. Just briefly, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, uh, Associate Justice of the Supreme Court, passed away, and they're currently vying for a replacement for her. But as the election comes closer and closer, that's going to be getting increasingly more controversial. People have been pointing out the hypocrisy of Republicans, in some cases, the hypocrisy of Democrats, and it's just going to be a mess, especially, again, as we get closer and closer to the election. And a crucial thing that comes with all elections is voter turnout, and that's what we're going to be hearing about today. So today we'll be hearing from Abby DeKramer about when we all vote.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. So my name is Abby. I'm a senior at Lincoln, and I am the chair of Lincoln High School for When We All Vote. So first, what is it? So When We All Vote was originally created by Michelle Obama in 2018, and When We All Vote is a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization on a mission to boost youth participation, harness grassroots energy, empower young people, and close the race and age voting gap. So further with that, in the months directly before the 2018 midterm elections, When We All Vote organized 2,500 local voter registration events across the country. It engaged in total 200 million Americans online about the significance of voting and texted nearly 4 million voters for the resources to register and get out to vote. So this is just like a 30-second clip that they kind of made about just what they did in 2018 originally. So we'll show that really quick.
Right now, 1 in 5 eligible people in this country are not even registered to vote. And I know it's not because people don't care. We all care. The only way to make change in this country is to get out and vote for the change you're looking for.
Okay, so that's just kind of what it looked like initially right after they started When We All Vote and the recap of that. But why we need When We All Vote. So first of all, young people make up almost 40% of the 2020 voting block, specifically for this year. And like Daniel mentioned, a reason why this voting block is so important is because we do have a national election, which I'm sure we're all aware of, November 3rd. 31% of youth voted in 2018, which was a record high number. It's been a lot lower than that in the past, which is really sad, honestly. But 1 in 3 youth will fill out a ballot as well. So that just shows that When We All Vote is really important, especially at the high school level, where people can register to vote, they just don't know how or they choose not to. So being able to have resources to those students and peers is really important, and that's kind of the aim of the chapter that we're trying to start at Lincoln. So When We All Vote in Sioux Falls specifically, so as of this school year, LHS and other Sioux Falls public schools did not have chapters up until this year. And our mission was to totally change that and try to start a chapter at each public school. So our local goal is to institutionalize the practice of voter registration booths run by students for students at every school in the Sioux Falls School District. We will partner with When We All Vote to provide this opportunity to the students of LHS and other schools as well. So more than that, however, we want to take this a step farther and institutionalize voter education and literacy as much as possible. Our goal is to make sure that every person eligible to vote can vote and is equipped with the tools to do so comfortably. This could include, yet is not limited to, political compass test, 8 value tests available, party platforms for Democratic nominees, Republican nominees, and Libertarian candidates, local election platforms, sample ballot information, practice sample ballots, absentee voting, and early voting information. So more, we can talk about When We All Vote specifically at Lincoln High School. So currently at Lincoln, there's 122 students that are eligible to vote. So our goal as an upcoming chapter is to make sure that all 122 of those students have resources and have the availability to register to vote and eventually to vote on November 3rd. So the LHS chapter is kind of up on its feet right now, trying to get it together. We've been talking to the administration about it. We've been working alongside specifically Catherine Escalante from Washington High School, who's kind of started the push for these chapters to begin. So we hope that we're going to have actual chapter meetings, and they'll be run similar to YPC probably within the next 1 to 2 weeks. But besides that, there's a lot of leadership opportunities within the chapter, and being a member and also being able to assist with booths. You can contact me. There's my information right there. I can have Daniel give it to you too if anyone else needs it later. But yeah, there's a lot of cool opportunities. For example, there's writers that we can have, because there's a newsletter that gets sent out with why we all, or when we all vote. So there's also like an editor like on our staff at Lincoln. So we're looking for writers too, if anyone wants to write like a perspective, different things like that. Okay, but events. So different things that we're doing at Lincoln is that we're obviously going to do voter registration booths at our high school. We're going to do voter registration Zooms, and we aim to hopefully have that available to people who are doing virtual learning or who are in a close contact list, or people who have COVID right now. So those people who are part of that 122 have resources as well. But besides that, we're also going to do phone banking to register folks. We're doing that kind of alongside different colleges, so specifically like Augie Dems and USD Dems and Republicans as well. But other than that, I thought this was really interesting because I didn't know this. I kind of went to their website and looked into it a little bit more, but they have a lot of cool co-chairs. Liza Koshy and like Selena Gomez and Tom Hanks. Those were kind of some of them that I didn't know existed, but makes sense. But other than that, that's kind of it. But when we all vote is really important. It's something that we can give resources to those 122 students, a way for everyone to be involved and also united in the message that it's important to register to vote and to vote in general. And we also aim like on the chapter level to eventually have this be something that is not just based on national elections. We want this to be something where students can be aware of local elections as well. So throughout the years, as hopefully the chapter progresses, within 4 years of that national election, there'll be other opportunities for students to stay involved and help others register to vote, even if it's just on the local level. But other than that, please reach out if you're interested in any leadership opportunities or membership opportunities as well. We'll have everything up on its feet, hopefully within the next couple weeks, and we'll have that on the announcements as well. So thank you, Daniel. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. I have one, but
Yes.
yeah. If anyone else, okay. So I guess for everyone, what's the timeline for this? When is the soonest date that we could set up these voter registration booths and do all these things?
Yeah, so we've talked to admin a little bit, and what Washington's doing is that they're able to do it over their homecoming week, which is something that we really wanted to do, but just didn't have the time or the resources to have everything ready by then. So we're aiming to have actual voting booths, hopefully by like the middle of October, end of October, more likely middle of October, beginning of October, just people have more time. But other than that, I think that for Zoom calls, we want to have those going on by at least the beginning of October.
Do you know what the deadline is to register to vote here?
It's November 3rd. For mailing, it's definitely different. I don't know the exact date off of my head, but you can register to vote the same date that you vote on November 3rd.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to ask anything? Okay.